13-year-old Nate was looking forward to a holiday cruise to celebrate his mum's wedding, but when they tried to book, they found Nate was banned for life from the cruise line because of an incident when he was just a little boy.
As a mum, you want the best for your kids, and it broke my heart because that's not who he is.
I think there's been insufficient attention paid to the fact that he's a child.
I think it's a bit extreme. Like, to me, he's been treated as a criminal.
Nathaniel Young is like any other 13-year-old boy. He loves to travel, loves his video games and loves Lego.
That one.
Oh, 3 of them?
Yep.
He also has autism.
I kind of call him the alphabet kid because he's also got sensory processing, oppositional defiance disorder.
Since he was a baby, Nathaniel has lived with his grandparents, Terry and Paul. They've travelled the world together, but now that's come to a screeching halt, with Nathaniel blacklisted from a major travel company, all because of something he did as a little boy.
He's a different boy now, yeah. Like, you know, to say you're banned for life, I'm fighting this for Nate, for his future.
It was 2016 and Nathaniel was travelling with his grandparents aboard P&O's Pacific Aria. It was a 10-day cruise to Fiji and back. But when the ship docked in the Pacific Islands, Nathaniel didn't want to get off to do some sightseeing. The decision was made to enrol the then 9-year-old in the kids club for a day.
On the registration form, I put his diagnosis, and I even spoke to one of the staff about, you know, what can trigger him.
Terry and Paul went ashore confident they had done the right thing, but that didn't last long.
The minute I stepped foot on Fiji, I got the call from the cruise line saying, you need to come back, there's been an incident.
Staff telling the grandparents Nate had lashed out at one of their employees after being told he had to go to the dining room for lunch. Unfortunately, it was a known trigger for autistic children that set him off.
And they were really forcing the point with him, and then he started to escalate. And what they did was then they started to touch him. Nate did lash out and he actually did bite the staff member.
I think that certainly kids on the spectrum have moments of looking very neurotypical, and you can be deceived into thinking that it's all going to be smooth sailing.
The bite didn't draw blood but got the family hauled before the cruise captain.
I got to have a front view of the captain, and that he threatens to kick us off and we'd have to be stuck at Fiji.
And I was absolutely horrified and mortified as well.
Nathaniel and his family finished the cruise without another incident. It wasn't until 4 years later when his mother went to book her wedding on board a P&O ship like this one that they made a shock discovery. Nathaniel, who is now a teenager, has been blacklisted from all Carnival-owned cruises. The company confirmed the ban in an email to the family. The safety and well-being of our guests and crew is our top priority. Master Nathaniel Young was involved in an incident, and this ban has been applied irrespective of the reason for his behaviour.
You've now been banned from going on cruises with P&O and Carnival. How do you feel about that?
Well, pretty sad because my mum and her partner were going to get married on a P&O cruise.
Mum Annette had Nathaniel when she was just 16. The decision was made for him to live with his grandparents because he thrived under their strict routine and care.
He's a good kid, but obviously put in situations like that, it is hard. And that...
Sadly, Nate's mum had wedding plans well underway when she had to cancel everything.
He was going to walk me down the aisle, so of course I can't not have him there.
The family can't help but feel Carnival Cruises is discriminating against Nathaniel because of his disability.
I was kind of dumbfounded because it had happened in such a long time ago, and obviously he was 9 at the time.
You're 13 now, as of today. Do you think you've changed in that time?
Yes, definitely. When I was about 10, I used to get angry very easily. I've learnt from my mistakes and that I didn't really know any better, and that I have changed a lot.
Child therapist Susan DeCampo says to ban a child for a behaviour he may not be able to control is discrimination.
I think if you are accepting a child with a disability to come into something like a kids club, then you need to have a basic awareness of what that might involve. And if you're not equipped to deal with that, then don't take them.
If they come to me and say, look, we're really not skilled enough to deal with Nate's disabilities, then I would have been fine with that.
In a statement to A Current Affair, Carnival Cruises says, "We are sympathetic to the family's position, but we also remain concerned that a crew member on a previous cruise suffered a significant injury. While we believe it is too soon to accept a further booking, we do not rule out the possibility of a review of this position in the future." Nate and his grandparents have travelled since with zero problems.
You'd never bite anyone again?
No, never again, because biting is the wrong thing to do.
Everyone admits what Nate did was wrong, but that the punishment doesn't match the crime.
He's not a violent kid. He's a beautiful nature child. He really is. He's got a heart of gold.
Sounds like he's doing his best. Carnival says the review of Nate's ban will take place if, quote, the passage of time and maturity has improved the situation. We can also tell you the family is entitled to a refund for their booking.